write the lyrics to change the game. Nothing's ever gonna be the same. It's the verse effect. 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 I write the lyrics to change the game. Nothing's ever gonna be the same.
Welcome to The Verse Effect, the podcast where we analyze and discuss lyrics from groundbreaking hip-hop and rap songs. My name is Camille.
Joined by me, Roderick.
This episode we have a lyrical giant. Ain't No Half-Steppin by Big Daddy Kane.
Rappers stepping to me, they want to get some, but I'm the Kane, so you know the outcome. You know, this opening lyric, it's like laying down a gauntlet right out of the gate. Big Daddy Kane isn't just rapping, he's positioning himself as someone you don't even want to step to. The wordplay on Kane immediately catches your ear, tying himself to biblical Cain, the first murderer. It's heavy imagery for a name, right? And then the raising Cain idiom, that's disruption, chaos. He's not just here to play, he's staking a claim as a dangerous opponent, someone unavoidable in this space.
And it's not just dangerous, there's this inevitability to it. You know the outcome, right? He's practically telling you, don't bother. It's confidence, but it's relaxed confidence, which is even more intimidating, honestly. Like Kane's so sure of his skill, it's as if any contest is over before it starts. That line doesn't even argue for dominance, it simply declares it.
Yeah, and the way he says yo, midline, it's, I don't know, conversational but also dismissive, like, yo, you know where this is going, so why even try? It's so effortless, which makes it all hit harder. There's no plea, no explanation, it's just, supreme confidence.
And it feels almost casual, like he's letting you in on a secret that everyone in the know already understands. That smooth swagger. It's so golden age hip-hop. This is Kane saying, I don't have to try to convince you. I just state the truth, plain and simple.
But it's also genius, isn't it? Because even in something seemingly simple like this, Kane is teaching us something about persona. He's crafting an image not just through what he says, but how he says it. And the coolness of it, that's what draws you in.
Right, because it's not just bravado, it's strategy. He's weaponizing his identity, his name, his tone, all of it, making it as much about psychological domination as lyrical skill. And that plays right into his identity strategy we were just talking about with, I'm the authentic poet to get lyrical. When Kane calls himself the authentic poet, it's not just about confidence on a surface level. It's rooted in something much deeper. He's positioning himself not just as a rapper, but as part of a larger cultural tradition. Poets shape narratives. They articulate truths, right? There's a reason he chooses poet instead of MC or lyricist. It carries more weight, more resonance. It's him placing himself on a higher artistic plane.
Absolutely. And you're right about the weight. Calling himself authentic in 1988 carries layers, because hip-hop was wrestling with what it meant to be real or fake. There was this unspoken challenge in the air, like, show me you've lived this, show me you belong. And Kane doesn't just say, I'm authentic. He makes it this foundational truth about his craft. He's saying, you can question other rappers, but not me.
But he also goes further. When he pairs authentic with poet, it's more than just saying he's real. He's claiming artistry, legitimacy. Like, how often did poets throughout history face similar questions of authenticity in their work? Poetry has always been this expression of something sincere, something truthful. Kane's connecting himself to that lineage, saying, I'm not just a part of hip-hop, I'm part of an artistic tradition stretching back centuries.
Oh, that's a good point. And it's mirrored in the next line. For you to beat me, it's going to take a miracle. There's this sense of invincibility, but he's saying more than just, I'm unbeatable. The miracle line takes it to a spiritual level. It's almost like he's transcending the competition. It's less about the MC battle at that moment, and more about Kane positioning himself as someone whose skill feels divine, untouchable.
Exactly, this divinity angle makes it feel larger than life. The miracle reference isn't accidental, it's carefully placed to suggest that his abilities are so extraordinary, they're beyond the realm of the ordinary. It's like Kane's telling us he's not just gifted, but destined.
And that's heavy because at the same time, he's putting himself in the same breath as those historical figures you mentioned. Poets, prophets, people who didn't just reflect culture, but changed it. Kane's planting that same flag for himself.
Completely. And isn't it fascinating that by doing all of this, he's also reinforcing the competitive spirit of hip hop? He's saying he's authentic, poetic, and even miraculous. How could anyone compete with that? It's psychological, but also incredibly, artistic.
Following everything we've unpacked about Kane's authenticity and artistic gravity, this next line, no type of joke, gag, game, puzzle, or riddle, makes total sense. It's like he's reinforcing his position, making it clear that there's no room for misinterpretation or games when it comes to his craft. This rapid-fire enumeration, every term he uses, joke, gag, riddle, it's like a deliberate act of shutting down any avenue where someone could take him lightly. It creates this incredible sense of weight and seriousness around him, like he's building a wall of words that says, I am untouchable.
Exactly. And it's not just serious, it's definitive. There's a rhythm to that repetition that feels so deliberate. Each word, each synonym carries weight, like he's making sure there's absolutely no ambiguity about his stance. And then the next line, the name is Big Daddy. Yes, big, not little. That shift into antithesis, it's so sharp. He's not just saying who he is, but defining it through what he's not. It's bold, it's emphatic, it's practically a verbal exclamation point.
Right, and it's almost playful how he does it, isn't it? Big, not little. It's simple, but it sticks. It's like he's taking a concept so basic and using it to make a statement about dominance. And in hip-hop, and especially back in the golden age, being big wasn't just about size or stature. It was about presence, about owning the space, physically, lyrically, culturally.
Oh, for sure. And let's not forget the daddy in Big Daddy. That's a loaded term, isn't it? He's positioning himself as a patriarch, a figure of authority, but not just in the sense of power. There's this underlying implication of being the originator, the one you look up to. I mean, hip-hop has always been about building and owning identity. And here, Kane is claiming paternal authority in the craft. He's saying, I'm the one you take notes from. I'm the one you owe your existence to.
Yes. And it plays directly into that tradition of hypermasculine self-presentation, doesn't it? There's this undercurrent of, I am larger than life, and I'm not afraid to say it. But it's never clunky or overbearing with Kane. It's smooth. He balances that bravado with this effortless delivery. That's the magic of his flow. You believe him because he's not trying too hard. He's just there, dominating but relaxed.
And isn't that what makes it resonate so much? It's crafted, but it doesn't feel forced. By saying big, not little, he's creating a binary that leaves no room for middle ground. You're either Big Daddy or you're not. It reflects this larger-than-life persona, one defined by absolutes, which is such a hallmark of hip-hop identity building. There's no in-between. You claim your space or it's not yours.
And you know what else? Structurally, that lyric, moving from negation in the first line to affirmation in the second, it's like perfectly balanced. He starts by telling you what he's not and what he's rejecting, then flips it to tell you exactly who he is. It's almost surgical how it's laid out. Lyrically, it's tight, but rhythmically, it never loses that smooth, laid-back flow. And when Kane follows that bold self-assertion with brain cells are lit, ideas start to hit, it's as if he's pulling back the curtain on how that confident identity is crafted. He's showing us the genesis of what makes him, well, Big Daddy Kane, the spark of thought, the ignition of creativity. It's not just skill, it's inspiration meeting execution. He captures that moment where a raw idea takes shape, and even that feels larger than life. You're seeing the mind of an artist at work, laying the blueprint for the dominance he claims.
And what stands out to me is how transparent he's being about it. Because historically, artists, and not just in hip-hop, tend to mystify their process, right? Like, they want it to feel impossible to replicate, almost magical. But Kane's doing the opposite. He's saying, no, look at this. It's deliberate, it's logical. He's inviting us to see that creativity isn't random, it's structured, it's intentional.
Exactly. And you know what? I think there's something bold about that. Like he's confident enough in his skill to share how the magic happens, and it doesn't make it any less special. If anything, it shows just how much discipline goes into it. He's not leaving anything to chance. And that's where the precision comes in. Next, the formation of words that fit, right? He's not just throwing out rhymes. Every line has purpose.
Oh, absolutely. And the precision he's emphasizing, he's making it clear that this isn't just talent, it's craftsmanship. That word fit, it sticks with me. It's such a simple term, but it suggests an engineer's mindset. Everything has to align perfectly, like he's constructing something intricate but seamless. It highlights that mental discipline, and suddenly hip-hop feels like both art and science in the same moment.
And that discipline ties back to something broader, right? Like, in the golden age of hip-hop, there was this unspoken rule. You earned respect through skill. It wasn't just about being flashy. It was about showing you've put in the work. Kane's lyric embodies that. He's proving his mastery without even saying it outright. You feel it through his words.
Totally. And I love how this transparency about process works as part of his persona. It's not just a flex about how skilled he is, it's educational. Kane's essentially teaching us what it takes to create something that resonates. And that fits perfectly within his role as a storyteller and, honestly, as a cultural teacher of sorts, you know?
Yeah, and it's a kind of, intellectual self-awareness. He's not just rapping, he's reflecting on what it means to create, which, honestly, is a level most MCs wouldn't dare to touch. It's vulnerable. And in a genre built on bravado, that vulnerability, that's power.
It is. And I think that's why this lyric still feels so timeless. He's showing us that the artistry of hip-hop isn't just what you hear. It's the thought, the discipline, and the awareness behind it. It's almost philosophical, this exploration of how ideas form and take shape. And Kane, whether intentionally or not, is inviting us all to think about how creativity works, not just his, but ours too.
After all that precision and discipline Kane showcases, here he follows it up with sheer bravado. The name is Big Daddy, as in your father. That's not just a line, it's a whole declaration. Kane isn't just establishing himself as a great. He's positioning himself at the top of the hip-hop hierarchy, right? By calling himself your father, he's saying he's the originator, the source, the one everyone else is learning from. It's bold. It's iconic.
Exactly. But it's more than just bold. It's strategic. That invocation of fatherhood carries a lot of weight, especially in a genre like hip-hop where lineage matters. He's not just claiming originator status, he's defining himself as essential. If he's the father, then everyone else who follows is, what, the child? The learner? It's placing himself at the head of the table, no debate.
Right, and it's not just about power, it's also about authorship. That second line, so when you hear a def rhyme, believe that I'm the author. It's like Kane is planting a flag. He's saying, these innovations, this flow, yeah, that's mine. I wrote this blueprint. It's an intellectual property flex, but done in such a, smooth, effortless way.
And what really strikes me is how he blends street credibility with this scholarly authority. The use of def is so casually brilliant, it ties him right back to hip-hop culture, while author connects him to, a tradition of intellectual and artistic creation. It's both grounded and elevated. Kane's showing you that you can be authentic and carry intellectual weight at the same time.
Oh, for sure. He's essentially creating this dual persona. On the one hand, he's Big Daddy, the streetwise MC with def rhymes, right? But on the other, he's this almost academic figure who views his work as part of a larger artistic tradition. That balance is what makes him, and this track, so timeless.
And that's why this lyric resonates so deeply even decades later. It's Kane reminding us that hip-hop isn't just entertainment, it's culture, it's art, it's history being written in real time. And he's not just contributing to it, he's shaping it. That's no small claim, but the way he says it, you believe every word.
And that's exactly why lyrics like those set the stage for masterpieces like Ain't No Half-Steppin. Kane took that same boldness, that same intellectual artistry, and crafted a track that isn't just iconic, it's foundational. It laid the blueprint for lyrical excellence, for competing with both confidence and finesse, and for showing the world that hip-hop was more than music, it was art. Growing up in Oakland with this on repeat, it wasn't just a flex, it was a call to arms. A reminder, whatever you do, you bring it full force. You don't half-step.
Absolutely. And what strikes me is how rooted his brilliance was in authenticity. Kane wasn't just a skilled lyricist. He was an architect, constructing a persona that still serves as a blueprint for so many artists today. His lines put his wisdom, his strategy, and his identity on display, and, they made space for others to dream bigger in their own artistry. That's a legacy not just in hip-hop, but culturally and even psychologically.
And it's so wild to think about how much of it still resonates. He made something that feels timeless. Like even today, if you listen, his wordplay and delivery stand up against any era, any MC. And that competitive spirit, that sense of pride in his work, it's so quintessential to what makes hip-hop hip-hop.
Precisely. That spirit is what Kane captured perfectly. He wasn't just performing, he was teaching. From calling himself a poet to breaking down his creative process, Kane made sure you understood that this is more than just rhymes. It's history, it's culture, it's art. And I think it's that intentionality that keeps his music fresh. Generations later, those who listen can still find pieces of themselves as competitors, as creators, as dreamers.
And that's the beauty of it. Kane wasn't just competing during hip-hop's golden age, he was shaping it, pushing it forward. And honestly, that's what we hope to do too, right? Talk about these moments, these artists, and why they matter. Even now, I gotta say, it's conversations like this that remind me why I fell in love with hip-hop in the first place.
Same here, Roderick. And Kane's work reminds us that, just like life itself, hip-hop thrives when it's approached with passion and authenticity. It's been amazing dissecting this song and its legacy with you today.
Always a pleasure. And on that note, we're wrapping up this episode of The Verse Effect, lyrics that change the game. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to keep exploring the words and stories that resonate. Until next time, take care, stay curious, and keep the needle spinning. We'll see you soon.
It's the verse effect, it's the verse effect. I write the lyrics that change the game. Nothing's ever gonna be the same. Nothing's ever gonna be the same. I write the lyrics that change the game. Nothing's ever gonna be the same. Nothing's ever gonna be the same.